Hey everybody, welcome to Goots' Wrestling Pod. I'm your host, Ray Goots. I'm here with Andrew Lee. Andrew Lee, how you doing, bro?
I'm doing fantastic. How are you?
It was better before I saw this show. We watched Battle Bowl this week, pay-per-view
Good.
anyone talk about, and there's a good reason for that. But before we get into Battle Bowl, did you watch Dynasty, Andrew Lee, bro?
I did not watch Dynasty, but I am aware of the multiple things that happened. Did you watch Rebellion, TNA's Rebellion, that also happened the night before Dynasty?
I did not, but I saw all the news and notes. Matt Hardy's back, looking worse than ever. Um,
Broken Matt Hardy. Let's get it
yeah.
right. Broken Universe Matt Hardy is back. Not only that, someone else returned.
Sammy Callahan, stench of failure all over him.
Someone else returned.
Shit. This guy actually, Santana. Now this is
Mike Santana, formerly from AEW, has now rejoin TNA to be, I guess, basically really start his singles run. Remember, that's the reason why he left. That's the
yeah,
only reason why he fought, because he was like, I no longer want to do this tag team. I want to do singles, right?
yeah.
What do you
Uh,
think? You think he's gonna fail or succeed?
I think he's gonna do great, and I would push the shit out of him if I was Tony Khan. I mean, I'm not Tony Khan. Tony Khan. If I was, what's his name? You know, the guy who's running the company. I don't know. If I was the TNA brain trust, I would make Mike Santana my top face. It's time. This guy's got a lot of charisma. He's a guy that AEW missed out on, but everyone really liked him and the team. I think that you can make him your one of your top guys. You can make him your new Eddie Edwards,
I
without the
can
stench.
totally see that if they didn't sign Sammy Callahan. Everybody knows Sammy Callahan is the draw. Remember, he's the draw. He has to be pushed to the top guy.
Well, I mean, Sammy Callahan. They should just give him all the belts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's the draw guy.
he's the draw. He's not
Yeah,
a draw.
yeah, yeah. That's just the draw. He's the draw.
He's the
That's
draw.
his name.
No, but the AEW Dynasty, it was good. It was good. Everyone says Daniel Bryan. So you didn't even watch Daniel Bryan versus Osprey, right?
No, but I saw a video clip of him, Daniel Bryan, laying in the ring after the match, looking injured, and people are saying, including yourself, saying that it's a work injury, not real.
Yeah, it's I think it's an angle to get him away from Don Callis because he showed like sympathy and concern for Daniel. And
Will Ospreay did, yes.
yeah, and in the commentary, Don Callis was saying that like he's too nice to Daniel Bryan. And that he kept like leading little hints like that. Like he's being too considerate, he's being too nice. You know, I'll say this: if we're gonna keep going with Will Ospreay, you gotta get him the fuck away from Don Callis. I mean,
Yeah,
far
that makes sense. Hmm.
far away.
People want to cheer Will Ospreay, number one, right?
Yeah.
And Don Callis is a heel group, so just even from that standpoint, you gotta get Will Ospreay away from Don Callis. You know,
Well, the thing about it is like this is my problem with the AEW heels is that like, and this happens every pay per view, and I like this match. I didn't think it was the best match of all time. I mean, Dave Meltzer has literally said this is the greatest match in North American history. I don't know how he could think that. It's good. It's not the best match in American history. It's not.
North American history.
North American history. I maybe it's the best match in South American history. I'll give it that.
Did you think it was better than Ric Flair versus Ricky Steamboat and what was
Absolutely
it?
not.
Something at Chicago. What was it?
No matter either one of the Ricky Steamboat or Flair, this absolutely was not better match.
Was it better than Bret Hart versus Mr. Perfect?
Absolutely not.
Was it better than Bret Hart versus British Bulldog?
That I might say yes,
Okay.
but I don't think that match is the greatest.
Uh,
It was
did you
not.
think
Give
it
me another
was
match.
better? Do you think it was better than Bret Hart versus Austin at WrestleMania?
No, not even close. This,
Oh, okay.
yeah, it was
Well,
great. It was a great match, but my problem with AEW, and this is why I don't think they can get people invested. So, you go to WrestleMania, Uh, Gunther has been a heel. All the TV's been a heel. And you get him to the pay-per-view and people boo him and he acts like a heel. Then Sammy Callahan, Sami Zayn, all the Sammys win, and
All the
everyone
same.
cheers. The problem with AEW is that these fucking heels, and they all do it. They're supposed to be heels on TV, and the buildup is that they're heels. And then they get to the pay-per-view, and the fans cheer for the heels. And rather than be like, shut the fuck up or something, they play it up. They're like, yay, cheer for me, cheer for me. So it's like, I don't even know what the storyline's supposed to be anymore because you're like, yeah, yeah, that's, and it's like Will Ospreay. Will Ospreay's with like this guy that's a big piece of shit. You know, Don Callis. He's done a lot of horrible things to people we're supposed to care about: Jericho, Kenny Omega,
Mhm.
Sammy Guevara. The secret is we don't care about them, but that's not in terms of storyline. We're supposed to give a shit that he fucked with these people, right? And Will Ospreay's with him. He's part of his family, and everyone's cheering Will Ospreay, and he's like, "Yay, yay!"
Do you want to hear even? This is why Tony Khan's such a dumb
And
booker.
that's one of my main problems. That's
Yeah.
one of my problems with the match. But keep going.
Well, let me tell you why he's so dumb. Tony Khan is such a fucking bad booker. If Will Osprey now starts turning good and he's like no longer part of Don Callis' family,
Yeah.
right? It would make sense now for him to go after every single member of the Don Callis family, right? After they beat on him, right? Here's the thing. He already fought every single
And he
member.
tried to injure them.
Yeah, he already fought. I'm looking at his cage match. He already fought. He fought Takeshita first, then Kyle Fletcher, then Powerhouse Hobbs. He fought them all and while they're still in the same stable.
And,
It's
and it
so dumb.
and it's not even like when Will Ospreay fought them. It's not even like he was like, hey, we're gonna have a friendly match. Like Mr. Perfect
No exhibition, not an exhibition. Yeah, it
Mr.
was.
Bret Hart. You know why that match in '93 was so good? The one we talked about, King of the Ring. It's because like they're friends and they're wrestling like friends, and every now and then their friendship almost gets forgotten about, and then they pull back, and that makes the
Yes,
match better. But
yes,
Will Ospreay is basically trying to cripple Powerhouse Hobbs and Takesha. I mean, he's hitting them. They're hitting each other with chairs. They're fucking murdering each other. And if I'm Don Callis, why would I want this? Like,
exactly,
guys, what the fuck are you doing? Like, okay, have a match. Like, we're gonna like, yeah, but like, why are you beating the shit out of each other? Like, it doesn't make any sense. And now when he goes after them, if he goes after them, like, like what's he gonna do? Light Takesha on fire? Shoot him with a fucking gun? He's trying to break his everyone he's friends with necks on matches that mean nothing.
exactly. Yeah, this is such bad. That's such bad booking. I can't even explain it. If he does go get kicked out of the stable of the Don Camus family,
He has to get
and
Kevin Steen.
and he does start going after each member of the family, you're right. He has to do more than he did while they were in the same stable, right?
Yeah.
Now, and or if you go, he's kicked out of the family, but he doesn't go after any of them because they already fought them, then that's also bad storytelling as well, right?
Yeah.
It's overall, either way you go, it's really bad story.
I mean, if Tony Khan ends Dynamite with Will Ospreay still with Don Callis, I mean, he's already in. But like, they don't know what to do. This is what you do. This is what you do, and I think the path is pretty clear. And I'll tell you, like you right now, you should build towards Ospreay Swerve at All In, and have Ospreay win the belt, and then Ospreay doesn't lose the belt for at least a year. He main events every pay per view. He has to go last because I'll tell you what. This is the other thing. Nothing could have followed that match. Nothing. And as soon as that match ends, they go right to the Young Bucks match. And you know what I did? I got up and left. I was at David's watching the show. And I said to both of them, neither of these matches are gonna live up to what we just saw. So I'm just gonna go. Because I don't like the Young Bucks. And I already saw like the best match of the night. Nothing's gonna be better than this guy. They're not capable. And I'm complimenting Will Ospreay with this. They're not capable of being to his level. Swerve or anybody. And that also kind of takes away from Swerve because you have Ospreay going 90 miles an hour. They're delivering an amazing match, but nobody's talking. Dude, nobody gives a fuck that Swerve got that belt. He was so hot in January, December. Him getting the belt was an afterthought. People are still going on about Ospreay.
Yeah, yeah. It's unfortunate because I like Swerve. I think he's very talented, but like him getting the belt was a while ago. It should have been a while ago. You know what I'm saying? Right? And
Yeah.
it's not right now. It's very unfortunate
But this is why.
because he's good. He's really good, and it sucks that his title win is getting overshadowed. But that seems to be something that happens a lot in AEW, where somebody gets a title win and it gets overshadowed. Didn't it
Yeah,
happen with like MJF?
because everyone see, like, if you told I'm trying to think of, like, if you told, like, Booker T and Edge at WrestleMania 8, hey, and Teen, whatever, hey, you guys, instead of giving you 10 minutes, we're gonna give you 30 minutes. We want you to go all out, like this is fucking New Japan. Go all out, hit moves you never hit before, and they're just fucking hitting each other with moves. That takes away from the matches that people that they're trying to promote, which is Hogan, Rock, and Jericho, Triple H.
Yeah.
So I'm sure, like, they're told, like, all right, 10 minutes, do what you got to do, and then get out. Like, you don't have to fucking drop each other in your necks, right? Because we got Hogan and Rock, and it's just like these guys are going 90 miles an hour. It takes away from Swerve's victory. I'm not saying don't have the match. What I'm saying is maybe structure this show differently, where Daniel Bryan and Will Ospreay are the main event.
No, man, they want to have bangers. Everybody's got to have bangers. That's how you have a successful promotion, Ray. You just don't know wrestling. You
Dude,
don't
and
know.
let me tell you, the worst match, though. Every match actually was pretty good.
Okay.
I'm sure the last two matches were good too, but the worst match, an utter abomination, one of the worst things I've ever seen, was Hook versus Jericho. That match was horrible.
Oh, I heard some stuff about that match.
They were chanting "Please retire" at Jericho.
Oof.
They were chanting "Go away." It's
Uh-oh.
Jericho just
He won too. Jericho won the belt.
won, and there was no reason for him to win. He shouldn't be winning any belts at this point. I think he needs to go away, like, for a while, like
Yeah.
6 months at the very least. I think he honestly, if I was Jericho, the smartest thing he could do is drop the belt, go away on Wednesday. Let be Hook and beat whoever the fuck you want, and then show back up at All In. And I guarantee he'll get a monster pop if he walks out at All In, unless of course they find out, that he. I don't care. I don't think these fans care if he did stuff to whoever, but he would.
I also think
He's got to go away.
even though people aren't really bringing it up, that remember during World's End there was that whole
Oh
Kylie
yeah,
Ray.
that's what I was hinting at. Yeah, I
That
think I know
hasn't
something about.
that hasn't died out. Yeah, like I think people still remember that very thoroughly, and it's just like
I think
that's
Kylie Ray, she just did enough to fucking ruin him without her having to elaborate. Like her just doing that thumbs up just ruined his life. And then she's back to, like, doing indies. She's taking care of. That's all she had to do. And everyone wanted more. Dude, that was a masterful job of trolling and fucking with something.
I mean, yeah, I think that the damage was done. The damage has been done. It
Yeah,
is what it is.
way. Listen, he used to be really smart about going away in the WWE era.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
He's just I don't know. But yeah, it was a good show. I mean, I don't think that was the best match ever. I think it was a very good match. It's probably the AEW match of the year. I don't know if anything's going to top it, but you know what? I would put the belt on Ospreay right away. I'd do it at All In, because then he can win in front of his home country. And then I just would have him be the main event for the next year or two.
I like how you trash AEW, but you watch it more than I do. I love that.
Because David has people over, and it's free. I'm not paying for it. If David, possibly David wasn't gonna have people over, I wouldn't have gone to see it. I like hanging out with David and his brother.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. All right.
He lives right by New York Comedy Club. I do Ryan's show. It's right there. I'll watch it. I didn't stay for the whole thing. I leave AEW pay-per-views before they end. Like, this is like the fourth time I've done that. I never do that with WWE. I stay until the end.
Well, this is one of those. Battlebowl 1993 is one of those shows I wish I had not stayed for the whole thing, because let me tell you, it was fucking rough at the end.
Dude, this was one of the worst shows we've ever covered. And the problem with the Battle Bowl concept is there's so much that's wrong with it. It could be a good concept, but they booked this show to be weird rather than have good matches. Like, they don't know how to do this in a way that'll make the matches good. And Everyone suffers. There's no one really does a good job on this show. Work rate wise, it's boring. It's long. I don't even know what they win. It's horrible. It's just horrible. I can't believe they thought to themselves, we need to give this a whole show.
Yeah, I agree. I think this is one of those things where I think the concept is good if you do this thing where you break it up per episode. Meaning, it's a series of tag team matches. I would have on my weekly show each week one tag team match, right? A battle bowl match. So then it's like what? It's like you have 8 weeks of this, and then the 7 weeks of this, and then you go into yeah, you have 8 weeks of this, and then on the ninth week, those winners, you have a battle bowl match on like Nitro or whatever, right? That's what I would have done. Or
But
I guess at this point there's no Nitro. It's
Saturday night, or
yes,
the paper. Oh, but you know what? The other thing too is,
or you could have a match, at least one battle bowl match per pay per view. Yeah,
this is if I was modern WWE, if I wanted to bring this, there's no battle bowl match at the end. It's just straight tag matches. And the thing about it is, the winner of this tag tournament, they both of them get title shots. So one guy gets Cody, one guy gets Damian Priest at SummerSlam, and then there's a real motive to work together. Like if like Dominic Mysterio and Rey Mysterio are in a tag team, what are they winning? They're not winning anything, so they're gonna beat the shit out of each other. But if like, hey, if Dominic wins, he gets Cody. If Ray wins, he gets Damian Priest. Even though they don't like each other anymore, they're gonna work together, and that makes it more
yeah. But
interesting.
how do you determine who gets which title shot?
But you do with the brands. You do the brands. So like whoever, if Dominic's on SmackDown and Ray's on,
Oh, so the tag teams, mismatch tag teams you have is you're not gonna have two Raw guys together. It's going to be one
no,
Raw SmackDown guy.
but you try to do guys with history together. So like yeah, like they're about to do the brand shuffle or whatever they call it. But yeah, like right now Ray and Dominic are on separate brands, so you put them in a tag team together.
Yeah, and if they win the whole thing, if Dominic's on Raw, he'll go after the Raw
Yeah,
championship.
he
Okay.
he's
Yeah.
guaranteed the shot.
Yeah. I mean, I will give WCW like, okay, granted, and no, they could do this because they had those two stupid
Yeah.
fucking world titles. They
Yeah.
did have two world titles at this
What is
time.
what does Vader win that he won Battle Bowl? What does he win?
The ring. They mentioned this
Oh
already. The
yeah,
ring.
what the fuck's
The
he gonna do with the
ring.
ring?
The ring. It's like the diamond ring from
I wonder if he
AEW.
still has it. I wonder if his family still has that ring. I bet he pawned it years ago.
This
Like,
is stupid.
I need more cheeseburgers. Give me.
Yeah, this is. I almost feel bad covering this, but I'm gonna start off right away. Disclaimer to our listeners: don't watch this paper. It's
No,
not worth watching.
you know,
Listen to this review, and you won't have to watch it at all.
you know
Okay,
who?
but
What
you know
else?
everything that happened.
You know what else is pay per view ruined for me? I'll tell you what else. And I never thought I'd be sick of this guy, Mean Gene. It fucking
Oh my god!
it ruined Mean Gene Okerlund for me. He's like the main character of the show. They're so excited they have Mean Gene. The shows, but then like he always did this thing where he's kind of flirty with the girls. Dude, they practically suggest that Fifi blew him during a match. I'm like,
Yeah,
what are you doing?
we'll get into that. We'll get into that as we go. But yeah, there's something about WCW in the early '90s where you can take someone who really respected and really you admire their work in WWF, and they'll go to WCW and they'll somehow just like come off with way worse aura. It happens with Rick Rude,
Yeah.
right?
Mm-hmm.
It happens with Mean Gene. So it's not just wrestlers, it's also like announcers, right?
Yeah.
And is there a wrestler who our initial national exposure is WWF, and then they go to WCW, and it's either better or just as good?
We had this conversation. I would think Hogan eventually gets just as good.
Okay, eventually, yes, eventually.
Eventually. But Mean Gene also does get better. He gets like, but I just think they were so excited they got Mean Gene. They were like, we need to focus the whole show around him. And
Yeah,
it ruins the show.
it ruins the show. But well, to be fair, that's not the only thing that ruins the show. To his credit, he was just going with the theme of the show, which is ruining everything. Battle Bowl, ready, set, Battle Bowl. Stupid tagline just to begin with. Ready, set, Battle Bowl. I don't even know what that means. Takes place November 20th, 1993, in Pensacola, Florida. What a great pre-Thanksgiving treat this is. It's for 7,000 people who are in attendance. We get the intro graphic starting with Dustin Rhodes. Like he says, we gotta take it to the limit. We get like fight montages, and we get like Cactus Jack going like only the strong survive, and you get little sound clips from like Steve Austin, Sting, Johnny B. Bad, all the stars, right? And they're talking about Battle Bowl. We come to this packed arena. Tony Schiavone, Jesse Ventura, they go over all the rules, and then we get two shots of the locker room, the heel locker room for the bad guys and the good guys locker room, right? And then we get the man of the hour, Mean Gene Okerlund with Fifi, Ric Flair's French maid.
It is future wife. Yeah.
Yeah. This is gonna be basically they're taking Eric Bischoff and Missy Hyatt's role where Missy would spin that wheel and then she'll take out one of the names and then Mean Gene would read it basically. But they just do it way worse than Eric Bischoff and Missy Hyatt.
Dude,
And
the other thing about it is, yeah, yeah. I can't believe like I feel like Eric Bischoff did anything better than Mean Gene. As an announcer, I'm talking about from an announcer, but I can't
yeah,
believe I'm like, oh, Eric Bischoff was better at this. That's
yeah.
bad. That's not good.
That's how bad it is. Eric Bischoff, this little thing of just reading the names, he just did it better than Mean Gene. Because Mean Gene's whole thing is he's gonna be acting very pervy every time he does it. Pervy the whole time. And Fifi, she's not really French, and she's got a terrible French accent.
Mhm.
And I think they know this. They don't really let her speak too much.
But
But
Mean
every
Gene,
time, yeah, but every time she does talk, you can hear how shitty.
so you know what I think? So I remember I was listening to Tony Schiavone's podcast, the episode when Mean Gene died, and when Mean Gene got there, he kept saying to Tony like, "What are they doing?" Because when he goes, "I'm coming over," he goes, "Just so you know, this isn't like WWE. This is different, right?" And he gets there and he's like, "This is bullshit. We don't do like. Why is he doing like this? How Kevin Dunn does it? How Kevin Dunn does it? Kevin Dunn does it like this. Vince does it like this. Is what Mean Gene's saying, right?" And Tony said, "We don't give a fuck how Kevin Dunn does it. This is how we do it. No one's gonna do it like Kevin Dunn does it. I told you that they have their own way here. I told you like it's not as serious. Stop saying Kevin Dunn, Kevin Dunn, Kevin Dunn." And he got a little mad at him, Mean Gene, right?
Tony
I think
Schiavone.
no, Mean Gene got mad at Tony Schiavone because Tony Schiavone's like, you can keep saying Kevin Dunn, but they're not
Yeah,
going to do it like Kevin Dunn. No one's going to, you know what I'm saying? And that's
yeah,
what,
and I think Tony Schiavone's right though. Yeah,
yeah.
he's right.
And me, I think I got the sense, and I got the sense more when the Vader press conference that Mean Gene is like making fun and shitting on the company. Like he's just doing whatever he wants. He's not really following direction. He's doing whatever he feels like doing.
I can see that. I
Yeah.
can totally see that.
He's
Yeah.
like not taking it seriously because he's
Yeah,
like,
he's just like, fuck this. This is garbage anyway, so I'll just do whatever the
yeah,
fuck I want. Yeah, I
yeah.
can see that happening. All right. So the first names that Mean Gene and Phoebe they pick out is they pick Cactus Jack and then they pick Vader. Now when they pick Vader, who has been in a feud with Cactus Jack for a while, he's sitting there and he gets so mad he shoves Rip Rogers off the fucking chair. I will say this. Rip Rogers was one of the few highlights of the show, right?
Rip Rogers was almost what's the guy that we like in TNA, the old man?
Johnny Swinger.
Yeah, he was very Johnny Swingery, but in a good
Yes.
way. In a good way. He knew his role. He was like Santino. I liked him.
Yeah,
He
he's like Santino. He's the comedy role, which I like.
kind of
Yeah.
vanishes after this, but he was good.
Yeah. Then they also picked Cole from Harlem Heat and Ray Goots' favorite Native American, Charlie Norris,
Oh my
who,
god.
when they call his name, he gets silent. Like, he gets silence. He gets no reaction from the audience. So the first match, Vader and tag teaming with Cactus Jack, who they both start fighting on the ramp before the match even begins, and their teammates. They're going to be fighting against Kane, who is Stevie Ray from Harlem Heat. But is the funny part. Here's the thing. They called Cole, but Kane got him. And Tony Schiavone does he does mention this, like, oh well, I know we picked Cole, but it's Kane from Harlem Heat, but it's one of the Harlem Heat, so it doesn't really matter. That's
Yeah.
what he says. Because one of the Harlem Heat doesn't really matter. Kane and Cactus Jack, they start as Harley Race really tries to remember he's manager for Vader, and he makes Vader like Vader doesn't want to have any of this. Harley Race is like, dude, you gotta win Battle Bowl. Go back. He convinces Vader to go back and work with Cactus Jack. And to his credit, they do start working together well as a team, Vader and Cactus Jack. And Vader, I don't know what he had against Charlie Norris, but when he's in there, he is just manhandling Charlie Norris.
I don't think he has anything against Charlie Norris. I think he knows I can bully this guy and get away with it because nobody cares about it.
Yeah, yeah. That's probably what it was. He was
He
shipping him so hard multiple times.
it feels like he's saying to him, "Get the fuck out of this industry right now."
Yeah,
That's what it feels like it's happening.
or like, oh, I heard you want to be a pro wrestler, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Boom. He is just. I remember like he gets in the ring and I'm like, is he Troy Norris for real? Like
yeah, it really looked like Charlie Norris owed him money or something.
yeah.
Yeah.
You know what it is like. When I was a kid, I was like, why did they like treat him the way they did in WWE? The more we watch a Vader, the more I get why the moment guys like Shawn had power over him, they made him look like a goof. Because I feel like if you allowed Vader to, he would have been hitting Shawn Michaels like this.
It's fun watching Vader,
Mhm.
but I think I would have hated working with this fucking guy. You know?
Yeah, that's why watching him hit Charlie Norris like this. That's why fucking I'm starting to take Shawn Michaels' side. Remember, the famous incident in SummerSlam
Yeah,
'96,
where he just like steps on his face.
and Shawn starts screaming "stupid" at him, right?
Yes.
I now take Shawn Michaels' side because I feel like Shawn Michaels would watch WCW. That's how he found Kevin Nash. So he would record it and go home and watch it. I feel like he's watching this stuff, being like, if I have to fight this guy, I'm not gonna let him hit me like this, right? And then SummerSlam '96, Vader starts doing this, and Shawn basically shuts that shit down. And I totally get why he did that now.
Yeah, I can see why someone doesn't want to get punched in the face for
Yeah,
real. Like,
and why you're gonna now humiliate this guy and go to Vince and be like, push him. I'm not putting him over. I'm putting Sid over. I totally get
yeah,
it now. Like watching him hit Charlie Norris, if he thinks he can get away with it, he's gonna fucking hit you for real. That's
dude,
crazy.
there's a moment. It's one of the first times Vader hits Charlie Norris, and Charlie Norris goes down, and he has this look on his face, kind of like he doesn't understand what's happening.
Yeah.
Like, I think he had this look on his face where he's realizing, like, wait a minute, that one really, really hurt.
Yeah,
It's
this
not.
is
I'm
fake.
not used to this. What?
He's like, this isn't I thought this was supposed to be fake.
Yeah, yeah. Like there's this moment where you see him kind of like he's like laying down, but he has his head up a bit, almost like he's in disbelief of what's happening, right? Because he hasn't. I don't think he's ever been hit like this in pro wrestling so far,
Yeah.
right? And you know what it's like? It's like you ever do like a comedy show and there's someone who's like kind of like those like real crazy comics, right? Like maybe like a Gino or maybe like a Scoop who's just like full of energy and everything, and they're just like a wild man, and like the audience loves them, but like if you're a comic and you're working, it's like motherfucker's gonna blow the light, he's gonna
Mhm.
show up late. It's just like one of those things, right? He's gonna be difficult to work with, right? It's just
Yeah.
like, but that's kind of like what I would say it is. Anyways,
No, yeah, you know what it is too. I think also like you kind of expect in Russ, you don't expect someone to hit you this hard on pay per view because
yeah,
it's like a real show. So I think like if you were like I don't know, like if suddenly like fucking Daniel Bryan started hitting Will Ospreay for real in the ring, I could see it being like, wait a minute, like you're not supposed to do this. You must be really pissed at me. What the fuck did I do wrong? Like you're really hitting me on live TV. You're fucking
yeah,
wailing me in the head, and we're supposed to like have all these spots we do, and it was fucking crazy, bro. I feel bad for
yeah,
Charlie Norris, but you know what? Good riddance.
yeah. By the way, I never had a problem with working with Gino or Jason, but I've seen them happen where
Yeah,
like that chaotic energy is like real.
yeah.
But anyways, Vader finishes off Charlie Norris with a very ugly looking power bomb. That he almost stumbles out of the ring, Vader, when he's hitting this power bomb. But he hits this power bomb on Charlie Norris to win. I don't know how much longer Norris is gonna last after this.
He's not at Starcade. I don't know if he shows up at I don't know if he shows up at fucking if he shows up at Super Bowl, but he wasn't. I've seen Starcade a bunch of times. The '93 Starcade's not there, so.
God, he beat him so bad his ancestors felt it. Fuck that.
I liked Harley Race's role in this. I'll say that. I liked Harley Race being like, you gotta fucking like. I like the fact that he's not allowing Vader to just go off the handle and be up the baby face. He's like, no, we have to win this. You have to work with this guy now. Cut the
So
shit.
some of the stories of each match I do like, right? I really do. Some of the stories I actually was like, oh, this actually makes sense, it's logical. Like you were saying, like this Harley Race thing. But it when there's a pay-per-view filled with like 8 matches like this, it kind of gets a little old, and it's also not well executed sometimes.
But for every guy, because I also thought Jerry Sags with Sting really got it. For every guy that gets it, there's like a bunch of guys who don't know what the fuck to do. Like they're out of
Yeah.
their element, and you can tell.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Some of the stories are great, but
Yeah.
like not executed well, and also it just gets kind of old, starts getting old. Anyway, Mean Gene and Fifi, they're making out, and they get interrupted because they got to pick names. They pick Roma, Jerry Sags, and
No, you mean Brian Knobs. Roman.
not Jerry Sags. They pick Paul Roma first, and as soon as they pick Paul Roma, you hear Jerry Sags go, "Ah, goddamn Guinea!"
Oh yeah, I heard that. Goddamn giddy. I love
Yeah,
it.
I couldn't believe they kept that. It was so loud. I guess they couldn't bleep it, but it was like, goddamn.
They took out Booker T calling Hogan the N word. You can get it out if you want.
Yeah, but it's funny. Then they picked Eric Watts, Johnny B. Bad, and Brian Knopp. So the second Battle Bowl tag team match is Paul Roma and Eric Watts versus Johnny B. Bad and Brian Knobs, who comes out with Missy Hyatt. Did you see after I told you that Harley Quinn comparison? You get the sense, right? The faces she's
Yeah,
making, the
yeah.
voice, right? Totally. Um, Johnny B. Bad and Paul Roma they start, and Roma handles himself very well, not just against Johnny B. Bad, but Brian Knobs. What do you call it? As he's really talented. He's plain as fucking vanilla, but he can wrestle. Like the guy can wrestle. During this match, Jesse Ventura makes a comment that Mean Gene, like if Missy was still up there doing the lottery thing, Mean Gene would have groped her, but that Missy probably would have liked it. Right? I was like, geez, man, they really like shitting on Missy. They really do.
Yeah,
Um,
they have someone has an issue against Missy over there.
yeah, Eric Watts is starting to like not give a fuck anymore. He's somehow getting a little worse in the ring, and his body just looks like he's not improving his body. I think he sees the writing on the wall, and he's just like discouraged. Right? He just looked terrible in this match. Missy is on the apron, and she distracts the referee from making a 3 count, and then you get Eric Watts who makes the hot tag in. And he makes the hot tag and he starts attacking Brian Knobs, but nobody cares. Just there's no reaction at all. Watts hits a running crossbody, but Brian Knobs is able to reverse it and then grabs him by the balls almost to as in part of pulling his tights to secure the win. What did you think about match number 2?
Stunk.
Stunk, yes. Mm-hmm.
Did you like it?
No. I think there was a point where I was like, Eric Watts isn't a bad wrestler, but I think he's like just now
He
like
lost a lot of muscle definition too.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. He just stopped caring. He just like
Yeah.
you could tell he stopped working on his body. He's not quick anymore in the ring. He just doesn't care. Like he wants out.
The first match, I was like, it wasn't good, but it was intriguing. And then when this match hit, I'm like, oh man, because I just feel like when these guys, I feel like a lot of these guys don't know how to think outside the box. And in this pay per view, you have to think outside the box.
Yeah.
And I just think that when you put these 4 guys together and you're like, come up with like even like an okay match, they can't do it.
Yeah. I can see that 100%. Let's go right on to match number 3. It is Shockmaster teaming with Paul Orndorff versus Ricky Steamboat and William Regal, who comes out with Sir William. I should call him Steven Regal at this time in WCW. So this is a kind of interesting because just like Vader and Cactus Jack, you have 2 guys who just recently were enemies. Ricky Steamboat and Steven Regal tag teaming up, right?
Mm-hmm.
Tony Schiavone, this is actually interesting because actually Paul Orndorff had some history with these guys too. So Tony Schiavone starts listing everybody's history. Oh, well, this guy's feuding with this guy. He took his belt from this guy, and he's saying all that. And then Jesse Ventura goes, yeah, and the Shockmaster fell through a wall.
Yeah, I heard that. That was funny.
And he goes, nobody beat him but the wall. That's so far. And then Tony's like, yeah, you're right. Because Shockmaster's kind of in this undefeated streak. And so Jesse goes, so unless the wall's involved in this match, he's okay.
That was really
Man, they're not letting that go. Paul Orndorff and Ricky Steamboat. They start off the match. They fighting on the outside as well as the inside, the ring. Shockmaster and Regal, they both tag in, and Regal is no match for Shockmaster's size and strength. Everyone's arguing with everybody when Orndorff gets in there with Steven Regal. But when those two get in, they wrestle very well. I just think about Steven Regal when he's wrestling during this time period. He brings out like the best in everybody.
yeah.
Shockmaster, he forces Steven Regal to tag in because Regal doesn't want to come, but Shockmaster gets him in. And while the referee is distracted, Ricky the Dragon Steamboat, he hits Regal. I'm sorry, when the referee is distracted with Ricky Steamboat, William Regal grabs the umbrella. No, that's right. Yeah, Ricky Steamboat hits William Regal with the umbrella by accident, and then Shockmaster does his splash on Regal for the win. It was kind of cluttered at the end, but it was all right. What did you think?
Yeah, it was okay. It was just okay. Like it just you know what the thing that stood out for me with this match was like the Shockmaster. Just I was thinking, so when Vince put him in the Typhoon outfit, he looks like a badass, right?
Yes.
He looks like, and it hides like how out of shape he is. And then this outfit they put him in, he looks like a fucking slob and a loser. And this is what I was talking about when we talk about like,
He's also not in just wrestling gear. He's just
yeah,
like
it's like they don't know how to present these people, and like that's like sometimes like when I criticize like Deanna Perrazzo or the other one, Kimberly, I'm like, it's how you present yourself. Like, okay, you don't have a conventional, you're not like a conventional body, but the way you dress, the way you present yourself, you can look like a badass. And when he was Typhoon, he looks like a star. And here, he looks like a guy looking for his lunch. I mean, it was not good.
Yeah, I think they were sort of trying to present him as like he's like a construction guy because he's wearing on denim.
Yeah.
But then why is he called the Shockmaster?
Well, it was they originally wanted him to be like this supernatural thing, and then when he fell through the wall, they made him like a goofy, like blue collar guy.
Oh, because like he's like in construction because of the
Yeah,
wall, like he's breaking a wall.
because he fell through the
Oh,
wall.
that's so. And I guess they were like, "Well, you're in construction, so you got to wear denim." All right, that's so stupid, but I can see what happened. Yeah. Yeah, I feel bad for him. He's like that falling through the wall. He ain't gonna fucking get rid of that stick. It's just like,
No,
oh,
he's not.
yeah. Mean Gene, by the way, now he's with Vader, who's in a suit, and they're talking about Starcade. They're like trying to talk about it, and Mean Gene goes, there's a bidding war on
Oh
who wants to
man.
host Starcade. It's all over the world. We're talking about Japan. We're talking about England. And you know who wins it, guys? You know who wins that bid? Charlotte, North Carolina. That shit made me laugh. You're telling me all these places want to bid on Starcade
This
and Charlotte, North Carolina wins it.
this is when I knew he was fucking with everyone because he names Johannesburg, Tokyo. He names all these places that like why would you even have Starcade there? And then he goes building managers are here, which is like building managers are here. Like dude, this is when I thought he was fucking with everyone.
I can see that. Yeah, I can totally see it. And by the way, Starcade's been in like North Carolina like fucking 3 times already. Like, why would if you're just gonna go back, I would have just been like, we're coming back. We're returning to North Carolina instead of this whole world thing. It's so stupid.
But it was actually it was funny the way he did it though.
yeah, no, as I was saying, it was funny, yeah, because it's so ridiculous, it's funny. But now I can see, like, yeah, you're right. He's probably doing it on purpose to fuck with.
He's adding all these extra things to fuck with everyone. Yes.
Yes. Mean Gene, he's about to talk to Harley Race and Vader when Ric Flair shows up, and he goes, "I want a match with Vader." And Vader goes, "What have you done to deserve it? Huh? What have you done to deserve a match? Huh?" And then Ric Flair goes, "Hey, tell you what, if I don't win, I leave wrestling." So that's how he's gonna get Vader to entice him to put the title on the line. Mean Gene, after this segment, this pre-recorded segment, Mean Gene is back with Fifi and he's holding up handcuffs. And then he's like, "Oh, well, you guys caught me with the handcuffs. Let's pick the next name." They pick Awesome Kong, not the fat Awesome Kong you guys remember from TNA. It's different fat Awesome Kong, right? It's part of a Kong tag team. But they pick Awesome Kong, the Equalizer,
Oh,
King Kong, the other fat member of the Kong tag team, and Dustin Rhodes.
poor fucking Dustin Rhodes.
Oh my god, dude. Oh, I feel so bad for Dustin Rhodes.
This was a punishment. I don't care what anyone
Yeah,
says.
this is a punishment. This is a punishment. This is match number 4. Awesome Kong and the Equalizer versus King Kong and Dustin Rhodes. Equalizer and Dustin begin, and then the Kongs get, and then both the Kongs getting there. When I looked at these Kongs, I was like, we owe Eddie Kingston an apology. We
Yo, a lot of
100,
people apology.
dude, we owe this motherfucker an apology because at least he never fucking let himself go like these Kongs, man.
Dude, these Kongs looked atrocious. They worked atrocious. They looked so dude, I know I can you don't know what you're doing when I can tell through the mask. There's a point where these two Kongs look so lost of what they're supposed to do in the ring. Like, oh man. And
Short
fucking
on talent? Was WCW short on talent? Why are they hiring these people?
I
I
don't
said,
know. I don't
was
know why you hire the Kongs, man.
yeah. I was like, why would you hire these guys? You're right. Everything about it just looked really bad, And both the Kongs get in there. Remember, they're attacking, but they're on opposing sides. And what happens is this part kind of I like. They're like, I don't want to face my tag team partner, so King Kong immediately tags Dustin back in.
Yeah.
All 4 of them are in the ring at the same time, and an Awesome Kong, he tries to go do a corner splash, and he accidentally splashes his partner King Kong and Equalizer in the corner, which allows Dustin to bulldog Awesome Kong for the win. What a waste of Dustin Rhodes' talents. What a waste.
Horrible. One of the worst
Horrible.
things I've ever seen. A waste of him. This is one thing if it's on Saturday night or something. You're charging people 30 fucking dollars or whatever it is. If you're charging people
Yeah.
$10.
Yeah. This is I feel bad for if you're in the audience watching this. You can't even leave. Well, I guess you could leave, but you're like, I just spent a lot of money just
Yeah.
fucking sit here. Drive here, all my time invested. I gotta watch this stupid shit. Man. I imagine if you're going to the pay-per-view, you'd be like, well, like they got all this shit jobbers, but Dustin's gonna have a good match. That's why what you're telling yourself. Dustin's gonna have a banger. You come there and you see this, and you're like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah.
Um,
What? Yeah. Like, because they don't tell people the matches ahead of time.
yeah, you don't
Here's the
know.
crazy
You
thing.
don't know until you're there.
All these people went there with just the promise of you're gonna see Flair, you're gonna see this, that, and the third, and then like they got this shit.
Yeah, yeah, and you're like, oh, you see this Dustin. The only thing he's good at, right? Like he's good at the wrestling. You can't even see that. Anyway, we go back to Mean Gene, who's looking at Fifi's ass, and he stops looking at her ass so they can pick the next few names. It is going to be match number 5. It is Sting with Jerry Sags of the Nasty Boys with Missy Hyatt versus Ron Simmons and Keith Cole of the Cole Twins tag team. Jerry Sags and Ron Simmons, they start, and while there's matches happening, we get a Missy chant. Missy is very over.
Mm-hmm.
Keith Cole has he's basically blonde. He's like bleach blonde, and he's got a buzz cut and a mullet, like a really long mullet.
Dude, you know what they reminded me of?
What?
Like if Ronnie Garvin had like twin sons.
Yeah, I guess. But did Ronnie Garvin didn't have a long fucking mullet like this? Did
No,
he?
but they look like shittier versions of Ronnie Garvin.
Oh, when I was looking at his hair, you know what I was thinking?
But
This guy's haircut. I don't know if you noticed. He has the same hairstyle, that buzz cut with the mullet, as Jerry Sad, but somehow it just looks way worse on this
yeah, totally.
guy. We get a "We Want Sting" chant. We want Sting chant. A crowd erupts when Sting tags in, and he goes man to man, one on one, Ron Simmons, and this kind of gets a "Whoop There It Is" chant because people like both of them.
Mhm.
Keith Cole gets in there with Sting, and they both kind of admire each other's haircut because they both have very buzz cut, like bleach blonde hair. And I noticed something: all four of these guys in the ring, they all have terrible haircuts. Every single one, even Sting, it looks a bit really bad.
They all have terrible what?
Haircuts, they all have terrible
Oh,
hairdos.
you don't like Ron Simmons' hair?
Dude, it looks awful in this match.
Okay.
It's not like you like Ron Simmons' hair in this.
I mean, I don't really think about it, but
Oh, I just noticed that all four men just terrible looking hair.
okay.
Ron Simmons, he starts getting remember when he first faces off with Sting, they're both good guys, so he's trying to be friendly and trying to do sportsmanship. But now he really wants to win, so he starts getting aggressive. Starts getting aggressive with Sting, and he's getting the advantage. But when he tags in Keith Cole does he's like very hesitant, doesn't want to hurt Sting, so he starts getting really mad at Keith Cole. Finally, Jerry Sags tags in and he drops an elbow on Keith to win the match. Ron is so annoyed that after this match he beats up Keith Cole a bit. What did you think about match number 5?
I liked, you know what? So this is one of the matches where I realized you can give the Nasty Boys anything in the world to do, and they make it work. And what I mean by that is, in this match, Sting shakes a hand, and then Jerry Sags tags in. Later on, Jerry Sags tags in. Sting goes, "Don't shake his hand. Don't shake
Yeah.
his hand." And I like that little, just the little things like that make this concept work. And a guy like Jerry Sags, and even Brian Knobs, this is another like where you know how we learned that Lex is actually a really great worker watching all this shit, right?
Mm-hmm.
Is okay. This is another person. These are other guys, the Nasty Boys, because it's like no matter what you give them to do, they pull it off and they make it work in their own like nasty way, you know. So like him telling Sting, "Don't shake his hand, don't shake his hand." That's a little thing that worked. Um, Other than that, though, the match was not that good. But
Yeah.
I did like the chemistry between Sting and Jerry Sags. Like it was interesting. It was like this is how they actually a lot of the people didn't know like the whole intrigue of Battle Bowl is how does this character who's so different from this character, how do they work together? And Jerry Sags and Sting pulled it off really well. Some other people like the Kongs looked like deers in headlights. Like they were ready to kill themselves. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, the Nasty Boys can work, man. I've always been a fan, and I'm glad that you're seeing that.
Yeah, man,
Um,
that was a really good moment. It was like what there's like little moments like that. That's like, you know, this guy's trying to make the concept work. He's not just like, let's get out of here. He's trying to make it work.
I think people probably don't think the Nasty Boys were all good because they're not like great technicians in the ring, but they're not. That's not their role. That was never their role. They're just supposed to be like they're the Nasty Boys, right? Like they're called nasty. They're just like these. They're like the brawler.
So yeah, Sting. What are you gonna do with that guy? Jerry Sags. Jerry Sags, great wrestler. So what happened next?
So then we go back to Mean Gene and Fifi, and it looks like they're having sex, and it's interrupted because they gotta pick the next names, and they pick the opponents for the next match. Match number 6, we got Stunning Steve Austin with Colonel Parker and his tag team partner Ric Flair.
Interesting tag team.
It is versus your favorite goth wrestler Max Payne
Ugh.
and Too Cold Scorpio. Another interesting matchup. Here's the thing, though. I know Austin and Flair is an interesting matchup, but there's already been a few of these now, so it's starting to kind of just become like a gimmick thing. You know,
Yeah.
it's like not so surprising, but I get it. This is the one they should definitely have done, right? Because it made sense.
I kind of wish they opened with this. Also, you know what? Also, I don't. I can't,
No, if they opened with this, it would be the same situation. How are you gonna follow it?
Yeah, well, you can't
You
follow anything.
know,
Well,
how
you
is
know what?
Steve Cole? How is Steve Cole and Charlie Norris supposed to follow this, bro?
You know what? Also, I noticed about this show, which I just think kind of ruins the show. No one gets entrance music. No one gets an entrance. Like they just
Yeah,
walk
they
out.
don't. They just
Like
walk
why
out.
did
They just walk.
in '92 fucking Ding Dong Bill Watts was smart enough? I don't know if you remember when they did Battle Bowl '92. Everyone had entrance music. Like they still came out to their music. Why would you take that away again? Like they're running to the ring. Like it takes away all the aura. It takes away everything special. Everyone just looks like a fucking like Ric Flair is just walking to the ring like a regular fucking guy, and it's like half of this guy is him with the robes going woo, like that's half his presentation. Can you imagine like if tonight on AEW like Swerve just walks to the ring regularly like he's rushing and it's Kyle Fletcher like I mean nothing would happen because they both stink. But what I'm saying is like you imagine like the Tony Khan, like they just like go to the ring, go to the ring, and they just walk regularly to the ring. It just looks so fucking stupid.
Yeah, but maybe do you think it's because they mistimed the show? Because maybe they realize they're behind on time.
No, I just think that the people that were in charge in '91 are back in charge, and they think it's better if they people just for whatever stupid reason, Dusty Rhodes or Ole or Kevin Sullivan, someone thinks this is better that they walk to the ring like with no music.
By the way, do you think AEW Dynamite is going to get over 800,000
No, no,
views?
I'm not watching. So
It's the
nothing.
first pay per view. I mean, it's the first show after the pay per view where you get crown a new champ.
But he never follows. He never follows up the pay per views with anything interesting. I mean, let's not talk too much about it because the episode will be out. And what if like something really like CM Punk walked out and we like totally missed the boat on this? But what I'm saying is like he never like the next pay per view is gonna have a lot of Will Ospreay's gonna have another 7-star match. I'm gonna predict this. Will Ospreay's gonna have 7-star matches every pay per view until the end of the year. Not gonna mean anything to anyone. So it's like
You
I'm
know
gonna
what was
go
close to a 7 star match? This match right here.
what the Ric Flair Steve
Austin and Ric Flair versus
yeah.
Max Payne and Cold Scorpio. Stunning Steve Austin and Max Payne, they start off, and then when Too Cold gets in there, he is just way too much, too quick, too flippy
He's too
for
cold.
Austin. So he tags in Ric Flair, and let me tell you, Ric Flair and Too Cold Scorpio, they had a fun exchange. Ric Flair could keep up with Too Cold, and then Austin tags back in, and guess what? Too Cold has another fun exchange with Austin. Including like a nice super kick by Too Cold, a superplex. Too Cold could go, man. I know we said this, but we are like, I I don't know how you can watch this and not think Too Cold is so underrated as a
So
talent.
underrated. And I remember like when I started watching it in '98, I'm like in my mind, I'm like, oh, he's been around for years. This guy was only around for 5 years by '98. Like he wasn't around like a long time. And I thought of him like an older wrestler, like a relic of like the old days when I came back to the Attitude Era. And they kind of treated him like that. Like if you go back and watch them, and we'll see when we get to 1998. But no, man, this guy could fucking. It was a good tag team, and it happened for a little bit. Too Cold and Terry Funk in WWF.
Oh, I barely remember that.
It was very brief, but it was a good tag team. And I think they did like double moonsaults once.
Oh, and you know what? And we gotta also give Flair and Austin props too. Flair, he's proving he could wrestle this style too. He could work with a guy who's flippy like this, and they have a good exchange.
Now that Flair knows he's going to be in the main event again, he's starting to get his groove back.
Yeah. There is a fun spot though. Remember, during this match so far, Austin and Flair, who have been at odds with each other in the past, because they're tag team partners, they're working cohesively until Steve Austin has Too Cold in an abdominal stretch and he starts holding the rope for leverage. Flair sees this and he like rips Austin's hand off the ropes because he's like, dude, what the hell are you doing? So then Austin and Flair just start getting into a slap fest, like a whole slap fight. And they have to kind of like you could see the cohesion kind of like, oh, these guys are still at odds.
Yeah.
After that was a fun didn't you like that part? Fun little exchange.
Yeah, no, that part was good. That my only thing is though, Ric Flair's the dirtiest player in the game. Why is he? Why he should be happy that Austin's cheating to win because like, hey, let's just get this.
Yeah,
It's like
granted, yeah.
stupid Flair to be like, no, fair play, bro.
Yeah, but like I get it because he's like Ric Flair's supposed to be the good guy, Ric Flair.
But I know I
Um,
could if I think it's I gotta go back and rewatch it. I'm never gonna rewatch it. But if it's more like I'm annoyed with you, so I don't want you to win this way, I think you're a fucking annoying asshole, like Flair to Austin, then it's better. But if Flair's like, we gotta do fair, because even if Flair was a face in the late '80s or in the mid, he would still cheat a little bit, and that was what being made people like him.
Mm,
He would still every now and then do like dirty player in the game moves.
yeah. So after a long beating process, Too Cold finally hits a spinning heel kick, and he's able to get Max Payne in. And Max is in there with Ric Flair, and he's shrugging off all of Flair's chops because he's the biggest man in this match. And he takes it to Ric Flair. But he goes for a high knee in the corner. Flair moves out of the way. Max goes knee first into the buckle, falls down. Flair puts on the figure four to win the match. Austin, as soon as this match is over, he goes up on top turnbuckle to, I guess, like drop a knee on Max Payne. Like to add, insult to injury, and Flair has to like chase him away. Um, I this they definitely should not have started the show with this match. It would have been hard to follow this, I think.
I mean, here's the thing. Um, I
You
like
forgot
this
the
match.
Kongs. The
What?
Kongs, man. How are you gonna follow this shit? Right?
I mean, but everything, even this match it was good. You like this match?
I did like this match, but I think your problem I would have this is a little short, right?
Yeah. My
Like,
problem is
what didn't you like about this match?
it's just everything feels off on this show. Everyone feels like a step off. Like I did like the fact that Max Payne submitted. That's a good use of Max Payne because Max Payne should be a bitch.
Yeah,
I see nothing in Max Payne. I just feel like this was the best match, but again, think how much better this match would have been if Ricky Steamboat was the tag partner of Too Cold.
yeah, and I would
You
say
let
yeah, this is probably the best match of the whole show. This
Yeah,
match
it
right here.
was. It was. I
Yeah.
mean, but like that's still like everything just feels off to me because there's always like one guy, Max Payne is that guy that like stops these matches from becoming great.
I guess, but Max was hardly in this match, number one,
Mhm.
right?
Yeah.
And number two, when he was in there, he wasn't stinking up the joint. He wasn't botching left or right. And the way he lost, it made sense to me. He's like, all right, he's
I mean
and
that was a good use of him to get Flair over, especially because we're building towards Starcade.
yeah, and this guy's also the biggest guy in the match, right? Like
Yeah.
size wise. And
So it shows
um
that Flair could make a big guy submit.
yeah, exactly. By outsmarting this guy, being a little quicker and stuff. So I like it
Hey,
personally. But
bro. All right.
yeah, you know what it is? It's like even though this match is good, it's not watching this pay-per-view still. It's not worth
No,
it.
no, it's not.
Yeah. So Mean Gene, we're back to Mean Gene and Fifi, and he's inviting Fifi back to his hotel room, and they have to pick the next people, and it is Rick Rude, Shanghai Pierce, who gets no reaction from the crowd at all. Buff Bagwell, I mean Marcus Alexander Bagwell, and Tex Salinger, a Slazenger, who's mad because he's gonna be facing his tag team partner. Basically, we've seen this already with the cons. We're seeing it again. And this is match number 7, Rude and Shanghai versus Bagwell and Tex. And somebody in the fan, we see a fan holding up a sign that says America's Best WCW. Like, nope, that sign is wrong.
Worst.
Bagwell and Rick Rude, they start off. And when the Texans get in, they both get tagged in. They don't want to face each other, so they just like get somebody else in there. Rick Rude gets back in there with Bagwell, and he beats on him, shouting, "Come on, boy!" And he's got this drool hanging down his chin, nasty. While the referee is distracted, Rick Rude causes Bagwell to kind of fall over the ropes when he's running it onto the floor, and then this is going to lead to a very long beatdown session on Bagwell. Shanghai hits his really nice gun wrench sit down power bomb, but as he has him in the cover, Tex, his tag team partner, comes in and breaks up the count because his tag team partner is Bagwell,
Mhm.
and he wants to get into Battlebowl. This leads to the Texans facing off with each other, and they start fighting. And Rude makes the blind tag, and he hits the Rude Awakening on Tex Slazenger to win. After this match, the Texans both hug it out, and they both kind of like they both kind of beat on Bagwell a little bit to signify that this tag team is not broken up. What did you think about match number 7?
It was, you know what, it was fun as a longtime fan to see the Godwins go at it. And you know what? I kind of wish they had a match in WWF, you know? It was fun. They
Yeah,
really were kind of hitting each other.
yeah, yeah. I mean, they're both big dudes, and they're both like that brawling style. So, like, yeah, every once in a while, like, I like seeing like when I watch a wrestling show, I like those like flippy matches, but I also like a match like this. You know what I'm saying? Like, I love that like you have these different types of matches, and watching two big brawlers go at it is always fun.
You
You
know,
know, it's always
I wonder why they never repackaged Mark Canterbury is the guy's name. Who's Henry Godwin? Because they make Phineas Midian, and Midian was like, I remember like Midian was like one of the worst wrestlers. Like when Midian walked out on a Raw, like he was the signal for everyone to just go get popcorn. But you know what? You need someone like that. You need a Midian. That's what AEW needs. They should bring back Midian actually. You need a Midian to signal to everyone it's time to go do something else. But like we're taking a break, but the show's gonna get better in a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. So to answer your question, the reason why he never came back is they never repackaged him. He almost had to retire, neck injury, really bad.
oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, yeah. He had like we're talking like he had to have that spinal fusion
Mhm.
surgery, right?
Yeah,
And he tried to make a comeback. Like so this was like in the late 90s. So it's really unfortunate, but he had to leave wrestling WWE, WWF at the time, right before they started really taking off. You know?
yeah.
Like
Southern Justice.
yeah, yeah. So he missed like right when the company started becoming number one again. He missed all that,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then he tried to make a comeback in like the mid 2000s, but like I think like his neck was still just like not good. It was just
Yeah,
like
no, because like I look at these two guys and I'm like, like because Vince really like I forget how big because Vince is really good at making big people look small, and that's a negative. I'm not saying that as a good thing. He does that on purpose. But like Billy Gunn's another guy, like he did everything he can to convince me that these were two fucking losers, right? These were like
mhm.
two like go nowhere losers. And then you see them here and you're like, these are fucking giants. And these guys can fucking they're hosses, like Jim Ross would say. And I don't know, it would have been interesting to see them repackaged as serious threats. And they could have got a few more years out of them. But this match.
I'm reading this thing. He cracked his vertebrae when he took the Doomsday device from the LOD.
Yes, yeah, yeah. Well, that's
Fucking
their
laying
day
on
was
his
past. But all in
yeah,
all, this match was fine. It was fine. I mean,
yeah.
it is what it is.
Mhm. It is what it is. All right. So we go back to Mean Gene and Fifi's giving him a BJ, and all of a
Yeah, that was,
sudden,
dude. They're really like me. I think this is all Mean Gene's ideas. All this.
maybe it is. Yeah, maybe he
I
said
don't think
I
it's.
can do whatever I want.
I think he just gets to do what he wants.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, they're basically saying like she's giving him a BJ.
Yeah.
She's on her knees for no particular reason. She has to get up, and he's like, "Ooh, ooh, oh my, ooh, ooh!" Like it's just like it's so like I'm watching stuff going like, "Why are you guys doing this? It's so low brow. There's children in the fucking audience. Do you
Yeah,
really
it's
need
not
to
the
like,
attitude era yet. It's like,
yeah, like I get one thing where you're going like, oh, oh, Fifi, like." I'm having a great time holding up these handcuffs, like, ooh, like, but it's like now you're just like, oh, she's just giving me a BJ. It's like, oh god, it made it like it degraded like Mean Gene went from like I don't know like A-list A class level like ring announcer guy to like fucking like C level. You know,
you know,
it's
you know what it is? It's like, because here's the other thing too. If you are, because the whole reason they got him and they hyped him up is they think they're gonna get viewers from WWF to come over, right? So most of those viewers are little kids. So if you are going to get a little
yeah,
kid to order this pay per view because Mean Gene's on it, and for whatever reason you're a Mean Gene fan so much that you might be, I want to order the pay per view. Mean Gene's on the show because he's all over the fucking show. So they think he's a draw. Like they think like and they offered him so much money. Vince wasn't going to match it, but he's like, yeah, they offered this guy a ton of money. Go take it. But like, why would you simulate a blowjob? Like, I did
yeah.
just who do you think? What viewers? What do you like? What viewers do you think are going to come over for this guy? fucking
Do you
porn.
think he has to? Do you think he cleared it with them, or do you think they
I
just?
just think I think he had no respect for them, and I think he just did what he wanted.
So do you think they were seeing it the same time we were seeing it? Like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is this
I
asshole
think he
doing?
knew this is a lot like the Bucks and everyone else in AEW. I think a lot of times when people get this sense, like, no one's gonna stop me, I can do what the fuck I want. They're all marks. They just do what they want. And Mean Gene kind of, I think went in there and big timed everyone. Was like, I'm in charge of everything. He got that deal. You know, he got most of the money from that hotline.
Really?
Yeah. So he walked in and said, "Give me the hotline money," and they said yes. He got like 90% of the hotline. So like,
Wow.
I think he like showed up and like he was smart because he got in there before everyone else. He got in there before Bobby Heenan, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man. So he was the first WWF guy to show up, the first 80s WWF guy. And I think he basically I think he knew these other people are coming around.
Besides Ventura.
Yeah, but Ventura was already 1 foot out the door. Like he's
Yeah.
also a mayor. He can't. But I think Mean Gene, when he showed up, pushed his weight around and was like, "I get to simulate a blowjob. I get all the money."
Can you imagine Eric Bischoff's in the back watching this, and he sees that, and he's just like watching this, going like, "That motherfucker! What the fuck is he doing on my fucking TV show?"
Dude, I couldn't. I can't believe that's never been. This just goes to show you how few people actually. I would love to know like the viewership numbers lifetime on the network for this pay per view, because I've never heard anyone talk about this show or mention that this guy got a simulated blowjob.
It's not a good show, so I get why people want to watch it. You
Oh,
know.
it's horrendous. It's
All
horrendous.
right. So after getting a blowjob, Mean Gene picks Road Warrior Hawk, Rip Rogers, the British Bulldog, and Cole from Harlem Heat. Um, Hawk is going down the ramp, and Rip Rogers comes up behind him, and he's like, "I'm Hawk. I'm your tag team partner. I'm your tag team partner." And he annoys the hell out of Hawk, so Hawk just knocks him out on the ramp. And as Bulldog comes in, he gives him a kick, and then as Cole, who's Booker T, comes in, he gives Rip Rogers a kick. So Rip Rogers just laid out on the ramp, and Hawk is in there alone. So Hawk and Bulldog, they start the match, but they start with high fives because
They're best
these
friends.
guys are both good guys. And when they did the high fives, it annoys the shit out of Cole. Cole's like, "Man, what the hell is that, man?" Right?
Yeah.
And he starts mopping off, and he's like, "What the hell are you doing?" So they fucking tag Cole in. They're like, "All right, fine, you get in there." And then Hawk hits like a body slam, which is really cool. They start wrestling. Hawk hits a body slam, which Cole just immediately turns into a spinner Rooney, and then he gets up and he fucking like he pops up and he lariats Hawk down. I like that. It was like the first time seeing like the pre Booker T spinner Rooney. It was beautiful.
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, Rip Rogers at this point is now he's crawling on the ramp. He's trying to get to the ring, and he's like already dangling on the ropes by the ramp, and Cole just like fucking nails him one, and he goes back down again. Cole starts beating on Hawk, who has no partner, so he's just in there by himself. And Cole once again he hits Rip Rogers again. He just keeps him laid out on the ramp so that Hawk has no tag team partner. Finally, though, Hawk is able to grab Rip Rogers from the ramp, gorilla presses him, and tosses him onto Cole for the cover for the win. Davey Boy Smith, he's not in Battlebowl because he lost, Cole, but he's happy for the Hawk and he high fives Road Warrior Hawk, and Jesse Ventura calls him stupid for this, which
That is stupid.
yeah, he is stupid. Yeah, Jesse Ventura's right. He's stupid. He just
This is it. This is it for Davey Boy, by the way, in WCW.
yeah, I can see why he's happy. Like, I don't want to fucking go in Battlebowl and possibly injure myself. Fuck this shit.
Um, yeah, this match was a very funny comedy match, but that's all it was. But also, you're wasting Davey Boy Smith and Road Warrior Hawk on a comedy match, and the Harlem Heat. Like you're wasting like three valuable acts to have a funny Rip Rogers joke, which is great, but he vanishes soon after that, and he's never really, no one talks about how great Rip Rogers was in WCW. I didn't realize he was in WCW in this era until I saw his pay per view. They put on every fucking loser they had in the back that never was on pay per view on this pay per view. If you were like driving by, I think they put you in Battle Bowl on this show.
Yeah, yeah. I think they were running out of people or bodies or something like that.
Only one of the Cole brothers was in Battle Bowl. The other one wasn't, huh?
Yeah. No, no, wait, no, wait. No, the none of the Cobra. Yeah, I mean, like he wasn't even in the Battle Bowl. He was just like in a
I
tag
mean,
team
in the
match.
tournament. That's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. Only one Cobra that was in the tournament. And you know what? That's one Cobra too many in the
No,
tournament.
at that point, just fly in the Great Muda. I mean,
Dude,
Jesus.
I was like, so many people I've never ever heard of ever, and I'm like, you know what? I'm okay that I've never
Dude,
heard of you.
there's characters here. Like I like obscure. Like I heard about Arachnaman. I've heard about Big Josh. I've heard about like there's a lot of obscure WCW characters I like. I like Cobra, which we're gonna see tonight. That's the NWO Sting's first character. I like the Renegade. I actually really do like the Renegade. Like we'll get into that. But like so I like obscure WCW wrestlers. I never heard like the last three shows with fucking Indian guy, the fucking Cole twins, and the
I had seen Charlie Norris, so
I've
I
never
can't say
Charlie
that.
Norris. I've never seen this fucking guy. Like these shit like
I've never seen the Cole twins, and
yeah,
I've never seen these two big fat
Yoshi Kwan, like they
cons.
had some fucking losers in this era, bro.
Yeah, yeah.
No
There's
one
some weird.
talks about like sandwich you love Ludwig Vorgin. You know what I think is big? You know what I think is big with a lot of WWE wrestlers? The big thing is that like Ludwig Vorgin had a figure. And I think once you have a figure, like you get kind of like etched in a kid's mind.
Yes, absolutely, absolutely. I agree with this. Yeah. All right. So Mean Gene, he is up there by himself. He had let Fifi go because he's already come, so he doesn't need her
Oh
anymore.
yeah,
So he
he's like
lets her
he's over
go.
it. He's like, I came over
Yeah, and he's
her.
just yeah, he's by himself, and he's like back to normal. He's talking like a professional, and they're asking him who he thinks is gonna win. And he's like, I think the big guys are gonna win. And he asks Jesse who he thinks is gonna win, and Jesse's like, the Nasty Boys, because they're the only tag teams in there. They should be working together. So we're gonna go to our final match of Battle Bowl. This is basically an over the top battle royal. That's just what it is.
Yeah.
The holding this is one rule though. Actually, there's more than one rule, but the one difference is that if you get thrown over the top rope onto the ramp, it doesn't count unless you fall off the ramp.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah, so just be aware of that, folks. All right. So these are the participants in this battle royal. Also, it's not like a round number, like a 20-man battle royal. It's 16 men. Okay,
Yeah.
which is such a fucking weird number. But all right, it's Cactus Jack, Vader, Johnny B. Bad, Brian Knobs, Shockmaster, Paul Orndorff, King Kong of the Kong Tag Team, Dustin Rhodes, Sting, Jerry Sags of Nasty Boys, Stunning Steve Austin, Ric Flair, Rick Rude, Shanghai Pierce, Road Warrior Hawk, and Rip Rogers. These are the people in the match.
These are
I'm
the
gonna just
elite.
go. Yeah, this is the elite. I'm gonna go over key moments of this match. You feel free to chime in whenever you want, Ray.
Okay.
Johnny B. Bad eliminates Rip Rogers right away, and Shanghai Pierce, he does this thing where he's charging at Cactus Jack, who ducks, and Pierce goes over the top rope for the second elimination. There's a point where Ric Flair and Austin reignite their feud. They start fighting on the outside for a little bit, but it's not going to really lead to anything. Orndorff throws Johnny B. Bad over the top rope for the third elimination, and then Vader eliminates Cactus Jack off camera. You don't even get to see it. And while that's
Why?
happening,
Why would you want to see that? He was just in the main event last week, so it doesn't even matter that he's getting. Yeah, it's just so. Oh god.
so why would you you're right, like he was just in the main event, and why is Cactus Jack getting eliminated fourth?
Yeah.
Like he's getting eliminated fourth by Vader just like it's nothing. Literally, it's like nothing. It's so bad, it's so dumb. Dustin eliminates Paul Orndorff right after that for the fifth elimination. And then Shockmaster eliminates King Kong for probably what looks to be like the worst elimination of the night. Because like
Because
he
King Kong
hits
can't
him.
work.
Yeah, and Kong has to he throws himself. Basically, Shockmaster hits him, and then he throws himself over the top rope. The Nasty Boys they team up together and they dump Shockmaster right out afterwards for the seventh elimination, and then they show you the replay of Cactus Jack getting eliminated because they're just like, oh, in case you missed this, yeah, you fucking idiots. Um, Dustin Rhodes, he goes outside and he gets rammed into the post by Steve Austin, and he's bleeding. After a very long period with nobody getting eliminated, we get a series of eliminations. Ryan Knobs, he charges at Dustin Rhodes, who ducks, and Knobs goes over the top rope for the eighth elimination. Dustin then tries to body slam Shags over the top rope, but as he's doing this, Austin attacks him from behind so that both Jerry Sags and Dustin both get eliminated for the 9th and 10th elimination. There's about 6 people left in this ring. Hawk takes out Rick Rude, and then Vader dumps out Hawk as Hawk was taunting Rick Rude for the 12th elimination. So there's only 4 men left, and it starts off with Vader and Sting facing off, and Flair and Austin facing off. So it's kind of interesting. Austin is in the final 4 of this.
Yeah.
As Austin's fighting Flair, Flair kind of gets into it Harley Race on the ramp, and then Flair like starts fighting with Harley Race, and he even gives Harley Race a suplex on the ramp. But then Vader comes in, and he does this thing where he drops his elbow on Flair's balls, and then he splashes him.
He's got big balls.
Yeah, Sting finally sees what's happening to Flair on the ramp, and then he goes to aid him, and all 4 guys are just on the ramp, and they get a stretcher for Ric Flair because he took that Vader splash and he's like, my ribs. So Flair never gets eliminated, but he gets stretchered out. He's no longer
Flair has it's a good sell job by Flair, and it sets up Starrcade really well. Everything that was good about the show is just setting up a better show.
yeah, actually, that's a very good observation. But that's actually
this is like a 40. You know what this is like? This is like a $40 pre-show.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, this is awful. I can't believe this is like. Well, how much do people pay for this? Like $30?
I definitely think it was over 25.
Yeah, it's a lot of money for this fucking garbage.
I think like I think yeah, I could justify in my head because I like Starrcade '93. I do like that show, and Halloween. I could kind of justify spending 30 on those 2 shows, but this show I would feel like a fucking idiot if I spent 30.
Yeah, I think this show. I'm trying to think how much would I be comfortable paying for this without feeling
not even $10. This show's horrible.
Like I would say like maybe like $5, like a rental fee. Like if like Blockbuster.
You know what? They never put out on VHS.
Yeah, that's why if you charge like $5 to watch this, I think I would have been okay.
This show there was never
if I paid $10 for this, I think I would have been pissed off.
Yeah. There's points, so like because I kind of we know history, right? Like it's not like what happened. Like so, but there's the points in a lot of these shows where I just get lost in the moment, where it's Hogan, Savage, Savage, Steamboat, Vader, Sting. I just get caught up in the action and how good it is, and I forget for a second that I already know what happened. This show, not once was I not aware of this is old and miserable and stupid, and this is a waste of everyone's time, and there's a waste of money, and they really need Hogan. Like this is just
yeah, fair enough. Going back to Battle Bowl, so Vader and Austin, they gorilla press Sting back into the ring, and it's 2-on-1. And Vader and Austin, they both go up on top. They're gonna do the kind of both top rope attacks, but Sting fires up and he starts cleaning house as fans start chanting, "Hoop, there it is!" And Jesse Ventura acknowledges, "Oh, they're doing Hoop, there it is. This is our thing. This is our thing we do in WCW."
Did he say that?
No, but he does mention that they.
No, I thought he said this is our thing. That would have been funny if he said
should have. That's the thing they always do in these stupid WCW shows. The numbers game, however, is too much for Sting, and Sting has to get beat up some more. He tries to fire back, but he's exhausted, and he just keeps getting double teamed, including getting a Vader bomb hit, which hurts. When Vader hits that Vader bomb, he fucking clutches his back, and he's like, "I think he hurt his back in that Vader bomb."
Yeah, because Vader this show was just going fucking all out. He wasn't even trying to like work.
Just today I listened to a shoot interview with Steve Blackman. Blackman hated it.
Yeah.
Because Vader took liberties with him and treated him like shit when Blackman was a nobody in Japan.
Mm-hmm.
So when he came back to the States and he found out they were doing a show near him, he drove there and he knew friends. He's from he worked with a lot of guys in
You know,
Canada,
he
and
had
they were
he had a
like,
contract in the 80s with WWF, then he got really sick. And he couldn't.
yeah, he got really sick. Yeah, yeah. And he like they were like Owen Hart would be like, "Hey, what are you doing here?" And he's like, I'm here to kick Vader's ass." And they were like, "What?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm actually here. I'm just gonna kick his ass." Right? And he confronted Vader, like he said, and Vader apologized twice to him in front of everybody, right? And Steve Blackman was like, "Well, what am I gonna do at this point? This guy apologized to me twice in front of everybody. What am I gonna do now? Kick his ass? It's just gonna look. I'm gonna look like the asshole." So he let him go, and then he just started getting a job there. But it was really funny how like Vader, like I like Vader as a wrestler, right? I like watching his matches, and I've always been a fan of him as a fan. But I think he was probably the biggest fucking asshole to work. You know, like
He's the type of guy, yeah, he's the type of guy that like he hits you too hard, then when you confront him, he backs down the back. Oh, I'm so sorry. But meanwhile, like, you get back in the ring.
yeah,
Yeah, and it's like, and you know, he still is like one of that's the thing. He's so good he could get away with that from time to time, but eventually that was gonna catch up to him, and it kind of does. After Paul Orndorff beats his ass with one arm, I don't think his aura ever recovered from
You know what it's like? It's like, you know, you ever do a comedy show and the comic after you or before you just shits on you for no reason in
Yeah,
front
we
of the
talked about
audience?
this the last time. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, and then you're just like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Like, why are you like making fun of me?
Yeah.
Right? Like, I don't even know you that well. And they're like, "No, we a comedy show." I'm like, no, motherfucker, I haven't talked about you at all in front of the audience, and you're openly shitting on me
That's
for
what
no
this
fucking
one
reason.
this one fucking female comic after when she brought me back on the stage, she didn't even introduce herself to me or anything. Give it up for the old man with tattoos, and I immediately unfollowed her on Instagram. Like, I don't know you like that. Like, we don't know each other like that.
Yeah. Dude, you know what's so fucking weird? Every time I've had a disrespect like that on stage, it's
It's a woman.
almost always been a female comic.
Yeah, yeah.
I
Because
had a female, yeah,
they think this is we're going off the rails here, but they think doing that macho shit is how to be a fucking comic. Because they think, but it's like, well, if you really want to do the macho shit like a guy would do, like this bullying thing, what would happen with another guy is that we would go outside. But like, I
yeah,
can't do it with you because you're a woman. But do you really want to? Like, they think that like they have to do that, and yeah, it's always weird. They do like those little jabs, like those little fucking
yeah.
jabs, and it's
I've
like,
had a female comic where I met her for the first time at the show. I was cordial. Hey, nice to meet you. Like everybody, shake everyone's hand. I go up and I fucking do a great set. And she goes up there and she starts making Asian jokes at me. Hey, what do you think Andrew Lee's like favorite like food is? This is probably like cats and dogs and shit. And I was like, what the fuck?
they're
Like, why are you
insecure.
doing this? And then like I had another female comic heckle me while I was on stage. And like, yeah, they're the fucking worst. But that's what how Vader is like. Because like the
Vader's like a
audience,
female comic.
yeah, yeah, because the audience is probably loving it. They think, oh man, this is fun. And she's like, it's a callback and shit. But no, no, in reality, she's being super fucking unprofessional. And that's kind of like Vader, you know?
Yeah. So
Anyway,
anyway, Vader wins this fucking thing.
yeah, Sting, he dumps out Austin on the ramp and all, but while Austin's on the ramp, he rolls off the ramp, so he's eliminated, and Sting and Vader are left. Sting falls headfirst into Vader's balls, which is a fun spot, but then a fireman carries Vader up to the top turnbuckle, and he's trying to kick him off, and he does like a stinger splash, but as he's doing the stinger splash, he goes over the top rope, and Vader fucking wins. After Vader wins, he starts screaming, Flair, you ain't gonna make it to Starcade! And Tony Schiavone and Jesse, he's doing it right over Tony and Jesse's head, and Jesse Ventura can't fucking stop laughing that this guy is just screaming right over their heads. What did you think of this fucking Battle Bowl match? The match,
Horrible. It was also horrible. Everything about this
horrible.
show was horrible. Also waste time to have Vader win it. You know, you're gonna do this whole fucking show. The winner gets nothing. Okay. You don't have to have Vader win. You could have Vader like, or like maybe have Flair like, maybe Vader gets eliminated by Flair. Like Flair does a little thing, and then Vader pulls Flair with the ring and like destroys him, and then you set up the match. But like, if you're gonna do this dopey fucking thing, get somebody over. You know, the thing about so they do one more Battle Bowl. It's at Slamboree 96, but I've seen that one, and it's not the whole show. They have like other matches, like Dean Malenko has a match and Sting has a match. So like it's a regular match. But they do one more Battle Bowl, and DDP wins it, and DDP uses that momentum to get to the NWO storyline, right? He uses it. It's like, so that is how you should use this. Like the final Battle Bowl is, it's smart the way DDP did it because he gets the ring, he shows the ring off, and eventually him being cocky and being a dick, it catches Hall and Nash's attention, and then DDP is the first person to say no to the NWO, and then the war is on. And then next thing you know, we have fucking Karl Malone, we have Jay Leno. That's how you do it. But the champion winning, and then he's not even acknowledging that he won. He doesn't care. It's just kind of like,
just shouting Ric Flair. Yeah.
yeah, it's a waste of time. It's like, oh, this guy doesn't even care he won. I didn't even know he like. This is just a waste of everyone's time.
How long did WWE take to be able to realize we gotta have some kind of prize for Royal Rumble?
They 88, 80, sorry. 88, 89, 90, 91, 92. So the first four, there's no prize. 92, there's the title. And then 93, they set into place, you get the title shot at WrestleMania.
Yeah, okay. Because I'm trying to figure out like how WWE quickly realized if we're gonna do this, there needs to be like an actually
it should have been, which they wind up eventually doing. They wind up eventually doing this with World War III. It should have been like a title shot. You get a title shot if you win Battle Bowl.
Yeah, that 100%. Yeah, it should be like if you win something like that, you should 100% get a title shot.
I mean,
absolutely.
The thing about Bill Watts, I'll give him this. When he talked I don't know if you remember at the beginning of Starrcade '92, he really talks up like this is a great ring, like this is like this is like a Super Bowl ring. He tries to put over like it actually be really great for them to have this dumb fucking ring. Like it's not just a waste of time. And they don't even try to do that on this show. This show is a waste of time. Is it the worst WCW pay-per-view? No, but it's in the top 3. Top 3 worst WCW pay-per-views we've seen so far. No,
I don't know if it's definitely not the worst, but it's bad. Yes, it's bad. It's not.
I would say Starrcade '91 and Bunkhouse Stampede are worse. This is no, Great American Bash '92 is better because it has that great main event with Vader and Sting. That's also a pretty bad show with that tag tournament. But this is definitely
love these tag tournaments in fucking WCW, man. There wasn't one singles match on this fucking show. It's
no,
just like,
and like Arn Anderson's hurt. I feel like he's the type of guy that could have had fun with this concept. Although did he really? I don't remember.
This is a very
this Battle Bowl thing.
Yeah, it's just if you're a listener, just avoid this pay-per-view at all costs. It's just gonna be a waste of your time.
People don't like the World War III, the 3-ring 60-person battle royal, but at least that's fast and you can have regular matches before and after that match. This takes up 3 hours. This takes up like a whole fucking day of your life to watch. Like the World War III, those battle royals, what are they, like 20 minutes long? That's not that bad. Like, and then everybody gets a payday, I don't know.
Is this Rip Rogers' only appearance at the pay-per-view?
Unless he shows up at one of the World War III battle royals, I think it is.
Because if it is, then it's like I guess if you want to see who like Rip Rogers is, I guess you watch this a little bit just to see.
No, you don't need to.
Yeah, I would say.
I'm sure there's probably better stuff of him on the indies that you can find on YouTube. Probably, I bet you type in Rip Rogers, there's like some fun clips of him.
Oh yeah, this is it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He is not going to show up again. All right. That's
yeah. So that's it. Avoid at all costs. It's one of the worst things I've ever seen. Okay, guys, the next 4 weeks. Next week, we're back to the WWF. Dude, these like month-long excursions in WCW can be draining. I don't know what it is.
It was draining, yeah.
I don't know what it is about. You know what it is with WCW, and I don't think any other company does this. ECW, AEW, WWE. They sometimes put on they have matches where people are wrestling just to wrestle. And what I mean by that is they're not even trying to have a good match. They're just killing time because they have 3-hour window to kill, right?
And I would even say 1993 is not even a bad year for WCW.
I know, and it's still draining.
It's not even a bad year as far as show quality, and it's still kind of draining. It's weird.
It's just like these wrestlers have this mentality, and I think there's a mentality like you should just be excited that we're in this ring wrestling, but we're not going to do anything to entertain you. But the fact that we're there doing moves should be enough. And it's like, no, it's not. Like so you have some every now and then you get like a really boring match, and next thing you know, it's like an hour. You feel like an hour passed, but it's only 20 minutes, and even AEW and TNA, they don't every match like I feel like has a purpose on their shows. It could not be a good purpose, but it has a purpose, you know?
Yeah.
So anyway,
All right.
so it's
So
gonna be
what's
good.
next for us?
It's gonna be good to go back to WWF.
Yes, absolutely. That's
Next,
next week.
yeah, Survivor Series 93, Team Lex versus Team Yokozuna. In 2 weeks, Starrcade 93, Ric Flair versus Vader. In 3 weeks, Royal Rumble 94, Yokozuna versus Undertaker. And then in 4 weeks, Super Brawl, Vader versus Ric Flair in a steel cage match. So there you go.
I'm looking forward to the Royal Rumble, of course, as always. What about you?
I'm looking forward to the Ric Flair Vader matches. It should be fun to watch now that we're like a little bit more educated on Flair and Vader. That'll be fun to watch. And I didn't really like the '94 Rumble, and I didn't really like the '93 Survivor Series, but we'll get into that. It'll just be good to have the WWE presentation back.
Exactly. Yes. Absolutely. I agree with that.
All right, guys, that's the podcast. Please subscribe on iTunes. Leave us a comment if you like this on YouTube. Subscribe up to on YouTube. Ray Goots Comedy, Ray Goots on Instagram, Ray Goots on Twitter, Andrew Son of Lee on Instagram, and Ray Goots Comedy on TikTok. And we will see you next week for Survivor Series.
Bye.